What's up guys, Show 540 here with another poker content educational video. Today, the video is going to be pretty short and sweet. We're just going to go over a little concept called max value, right? If you read the short text that I put out roughly like 8 months or so ago, we cover a section in there about bet sizing and max value and when we need to go for it. So this is a basic concept. This is geared towards all you guys just starting out, and for everybody that's familiar with the concept, this is a good point just to go ahead and reinforce what you already know. So if this video helps you, if you like the content, please click that like and subscribe button. We will be putting out more later on in the future. So without delaying this any further, let's just get into the hand. We have ace queen offsuit under the gun. This is a raise 100% of the time. We do open to 2.5 big blinds. I love it. Folds around to the hijack, who makes the call, and folds around to the big blind, who also makes the call. We're going to the flop multi-way. Flop comes down queen 5 ace. We love it. Top 2 pair, super strong. We also have the ace of hearts, which blocks the heart draw, and this is fantastic for us. Big blind checks to us. We're going to be betting here all of the time. We're getting value from flush draws, we're getting value from ace X, we're getting value from some queens, just tons and tons of things. We want to be betting big here for 2 reasons. Number 1, we're multi-way, and there's a likely chance that one of our opponents is connected with the flop and we're going to get called. And 2, we want to, put a bad price on the flush draws. We want them to come along, but we don't want them to come along for the correct price. We don't want to give them good odds. If they are going to come along, we want to charge them the maximum to do it. So for that reason, I like to go a little more than half pot here and charge them pretty max for all of their draws. So I'd like to go like 275, 300-ish. And charge them for those kind of draws. We do bet 302. I like it. We get a call from our villain in the hijack, and we get a call from our villain in the big blind. This is great. Perfect turn card. It's an offsuit 5. If either of them have a 5, good for them. But otherwise, this is fantastic for us. Because now, all other ace X's that are worse, ace jack, ace 10, all of those aces feel like, well, now we're chopping. Unless we have ace king or ace queen, which we do, we're chopping. That's what they feel like. We're chopping. So this is great, because now there are worse ace X's that are going to feel fairly comfortable, and they are going to call us down a lot of the time. Big blind checks to us. We definitely want to be firing again. We are still multi-way. There are not a ton of really great rivers, that are going to come aside from maybe some hearts and so on. So we're going to be betting big again. One of these two likely has a hand they can call us with. We do bet big, right around 60%. I love it. We get called by our friend in the hijack, and the big blind decides to let it go, which is fine. River comes on offsuit 10. A lot of people are freaking out right now. Well, the 10 doesn't change anything for us relatively, right? King Jack gets there. But there's only one combination of King Jack that should be coming along for all these bets, and that should be King Jack of hearts, right? That's the only logical explanation. So if he's got King Jack of hearts, good for him. If he has a 5, good for him. You're going to get all my money. It's just the way it's going to happen. You're going to get the full double up. That's how it's going to work. Otherwise, this 10 is fantastic. If they have ace 10, they just improved big time. Now they don't feel like they're chopping so much, right? If they have queen 10, it's not the best thing in the world for them, but still they don't feel so awful bad. Some people don't pay any attention and they feel like, oh, I have 2 pair. You do, but the ace negates your 2 pair. So anyway, it's not necessarily the worst card in the world for us. It's actually a fantastic card, really. So we should always be betting this river. There are relatively 2 hands that we are afraid of, and that would be King Jack and some 5x, right? We're afraid of nothing else. So with our opponent left with a stack ratio of basically 1-to-1, we should be wanting to put them all in right here, right now, all the time. All the worst ace-x hands are calling, especially ace-10. Ace-10 is snapping us right here, right now. But all the other worst ace-x hands are calling. It's hard for him to have a draw that he calls with on 2 streets. It's way more likely that he has the ace here. Maybe he has a queen, and he's been sticky this whole time, but it's way more likely he has the ace. That being said, we should fire this river all day long for a jam. We go for thin value, betting really close to 2K, which is probably 2/3 pot. And no, it's not quite 2/3 pot, but it's close. So anyway, we go for some value right here. I don't hate it. I just think if he's willing to call 2K here, that he's willing to call 3,500, right? If he calls 2,000, then he's willing to call 3,500. We're getting value from all of the other ace-x's, like I said. And if he's, got a queen and he's decided that he's not folding, we will get value from them too. He does call. And he has the hand that we can get all of the chips from. He has ace-king. In his mind, he's doing exactly what we said. He is not chopping with any other worse ace-x. And he doesn't feel like the 10 makes a big difference. He's saying the same thing in his head. He's saying, if you have ace-10 or you have ace-queen, good for you, buddy. Because otherwise, I got you. I got you, or we're chopping because we have the same hand. This is why we don't get raised on the river, and this is why he just calls. But the weird thing is, he didn't 3-bet us pre-flop. Right? Ace-king is always a 3-bet pre-flop. And you see here? He just flats. He puts himself in a super awkward spot when we take this river, and then we jam. Instead of just betting this 2K, if we jam, then he stacks off to us, and he's like, how did this happen? Why did I do this? I mean, we're still calling the 3-bet pre-flop as long as he doesn't get crazy and just shove it, for 80-something big blinds. We're still calling his 3-bet. We're still stacking him, but it's the right play to be 3-betting that ace-king. So we don't put him on that hand, but he did call us down with something that we could have got entirely max value from. This was the perfect spot for us to do it. And while we got a plenty amount of value out of our opponent here, the point is to get all of it. So we left 1,500 chips on the table. That's all right, but we really want those. We need those when we're going to run deep. So hope this video makes sense to you. Like I said, this is pretty short and pretty sweet. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. If this helps you out, leave the like, leave the subscribe, and like I said, if you've got a hand you want to send over, you want me to review, make a video of, there's an email link in the description. Just shoot it on over, we'll make a video of it. I'll break it down and give you my thought process on the whole situation. So thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you guys' time, and I will see you at the tables.